8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in the pear tree.
Good morning!
It's right to the bitter end. Right to the bitter end, Richard. Thank you.
You want to hear it again?
No. I don't.
It is the end of the Christmas season. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I am in focus, and I did get permission from Johnny before I played that after I made my promise to never torture him with that song.
I know. I'm having it up.
Chris is
I don't hate that
too.
song quite as much as I portray on here. Close. It's very close.
I'm sure it is. Oh, good morning, Latte Lover, enjoying Hitomi and Chris and Malu, Tony K, the Swan Original, Don Gershwin. Life goes on. Good morning, everyone. Abigail, John, hello,
Gershwin.
hello.
There's a somebody I'm
love that song.
longing to see.
Who is it?
I love it too.
Who are you longing
Who
to
is
see?
it? You, buddy. Someone to watch over me.
So today, Brigitte is on vacation. I'm not really sure why we let her do that, but that's what's happening. So,
What?
I know.
Vacation.
It seems ridiculous, but that's okay. I think it's more of like like a electronic vacation. You know, just enjoy that Christmas to New Year's little reset, which I envy in moments. That would be nice to just unplug and go back to 1985.
Oh,
which I totally
okay.
get.
I thought you meant she was just, like putting on her laptop and putting really tropical scenes on.
Right.
And imagining she was at those places.
So because of that, I'm in charge of polls today. That also means I'm in charge of scolding people, which I don't like doing. So I'm going to ask all of you who know our routine, for those who jump in with all caps and excessive spamming requests, etc., please be kind and let them know the rules. I would greatly appreciate that, so I don't have to keep addressing it.
They can be the bad cop today.
That's right. You're getting honorary Throga badges.
Bad cop status.
Bad cop badges. Make sure everybody stays in line. So I'm going to set up the first poll. We are taking on Sofronio, who just won the Voice USA, which is awesome. We have not heard. Mm-hmm. Have you heard his voice at all? I know nothing about
No, I've been hearing about him, though.
Cool.
So I'm excited to listen.
So we're going to start with that. Then we have Felip, a.k.a. Ken from SB19, our beloved GiGi De Lana and the GiGi Vibes today. And I'm going to let you guys know up front, one of our most requested songs, and I had no idea this was a thing, Sofronio singing with GiGi. So it seems like an obvious choice. So that's going to be a bonus video. So that's not going to be included in the polls today. We're just going to watch it anyway once we get through the others, just so you guys know up front. So the first song we're going to do is I Want to Dance with Somebody, which was actually Sofronio's audition to be on the show, which I thought would be kind of cool to look at. And then you guys are going to vote on the second song, which I'm setting up right now in advance. Second song.
The clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade.
What triggered that?
I Want to Dance with Somebody?
Oh, the song he's singing. Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea. That's just no connection whatsoever, except for
none. Well, you're really reaching today. Playing the song that was said. All right, in the poll is going to be A Million Dreams, I'm Going Down, and Crying.
What musical is that from? A Million Dreams.
Well, that one I know. The song, the movie you haven't watched.
Seen it yet.
The Greatest Showman. Oh, you're frozen. But it was delightful because you're like, you're unfrozen now. All right, so that poll is up. You guys can have it. That. In the meantime, let's get this show on the road. By the way, if it's your first time here, my name's Richard. That's Johnny.
My name's Johnny.
And
Hi. And that's like and subscribe and ring bell. And please do all those things.
yes,
Let's ring bell.
ring bell. Also, please be sure to click on the link below. You can buy us coffee, help support this page, and our Filipino Friday podcast. Even become a Throga member, each with their own perks, all of which include access to our exclusive reaction shorts and voting on videos and other stuff that I can't think of right now. Okay.
Celebrate.
12 Days of Christmas outside of the background, so you don't have to suffer with that anymore.
Make me feel fine, knowing that that's in my mind.
All right. So, this is his voice audition tape #1. I Want to Dance with Somebody, and featuring Jim Mahoney. So I'm assuming that who's on guitar. Let's check it out.
Awesome. Yep.
Vasquez, and we are doing I Wanna Dance with Somebody. Oh yeah. Clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. I've done right up till now. There's a light of days that shows me how. When the night falls, my loneliness calls. I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me.
All right,
Bum,
first,
bum, bum, bum.
first impressions. He could sing, as per
Yes.
usual on every Friday. Everybody can sing. Super clean riffs. I mean, those. It's that pass with the in passant, right? That passing note sounds like it's spot on. Very often with the riff. I mean, obviously we hear that a lot on the show with the likes of Katrina and
Katrina, for sure.
Mark Garcia
And Maury.
Daryl
Oh,
and
yeah.
Maury. Yeah, right. But very common, what I hear with a lot of singers that might take on this song with those little trills, because it's like a 3-note trill. You get the first note and you get the landing note, and that one in the middle often gets just kind of in there somewhere, and it just kind of floats somewhere in the middle. It's so quick we hear it as on, but he's on. I mean, that was so tight, so clean with that. And the tone is super smooth. And I just want to say, I've had a lot of artists audition for The Voice, X Factor. Can't even think of all of them. All of them. America's Got Talent in 12 different countries, right? And
Right.
one of the things I recommend all the time, which he's doing, is taking on a song that was made famous by the opposite sex. Because
They're one of
we're
the greats
so,
of the opposite sex.
yeah, because we're so conditioned to hearing a certain thing. So it's like if you're covering an Adele song and you're female, you really have to make your tone or delivery separate so the listener isn't accidentally reminded of or comparing you to the original. So when you take on the opposite sex, immediately your brain is like, oh, it's not supposed to sound like the original. And you're more apt
Right.
to hear what is being delivered as an original version. So I think his song choice was killer for that.
Yeah. No, I love his tone so far. I think he's got just that perfect pop sound. There's just something. It's hard to describe what that is, other than just saying pop sound. But there's just a very there's a likability to it, and it's hard to put your finger on what that is. I mean, Bruno Mars has it, and other people have it that I can't think of.
Only one other person.
Yes. No, but there's a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to hearing where this song goes, because going to what you were saying about making a formerly female song into a male song, it's definitely lower. I feel like it could be. I would have maybe started the key a little higher for him for this, but he still sounds great.
Right.
But I want to see where this goes.
Exactly.
I think he's got a good ceiling.
Another quick note on the same topic, as far as making first impressions, is the hat. It's like,
oh yes,
there's something just fun about wearing that hat, and I've seen other pictures of him, so I know he wears that often, or at least in the images that I've seen of it. But point being is that it's another memory trick. So when you're auditioning, anything that is signature you or helps you stand out visually or sonically from other people, it helps you get to the next round, so to speak, which is kind of cool. Obviously, his voice could have done it anyway. He doesn't need the tricks, but those are cool little tips to have.
Actually, we know this band from our area, and the lead singer, on purpose, he grew a mustache just so he could stand out.
Yes,
and this is before
works.
mustaches came back into style. It's about like 5 to 10 years ago, and and he's identifiable for sure.
Yeah, good singer too. Good band.
Yeah.
What's the name of the band? I know Daniel's the singer.
Dan Armbruster, and the band is called Joywave.
Joywave, yeah, you should check them out.
Really great band.
They're really good.
I've been in love and lost my senses, spinning through the town. Sooner or later the fever ends, and while I'm feeling down, I need a man who'll take a chance, and a love that burns enough to last. When the night falls, my loneliness comes. Hey, I wanna dance with somebody, I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody who loves me. I wanna dance with somebody, I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody who loves me. Somebody who loves me, yeah. Somebody who to hold me in his arms. I need a man who'll take a chance, and a love that burns enough to last. When the night falls, my loneliness comes. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody.
That's why he started lower.
I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody who loves me. I wanna dance. Oh, yeah, I wanna dance with somebody who loves me. Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? Oh, with somebody who loves me. Yeah.
Nice.
Ah,
Okay, I have a theory.
super smooth.
I have a theory as to what I was saying before with what makes a pop voice, and I think, and I could be totally wrong here, but
No.
I think there's something appealing in a pop sensibility type of way where if a guy singer has sort of more female characteristics to his voice, and I think, and I wouldn't say that he's necessarily a tenor per se, but there's a tenor quality to his tone. He's definitely leaning towards the tenor, but I think he's got a little bit of baritone in him. but the tone of his voice has a little bit more of a high end. It's not so low in its frequency, and I think there's something very appealing about that. But then on the opposite side, I think if a woman has, less soprano, a little bit more alto in her tone, that creates more of a pop sensibility with that. Well,
I agree.
There's something to that, as opposed to like a soprano who's just, amazing, but it's sort of a little less, it's harder to relate to for the every person. So I think, when they kind of go into this middle area, I think there's something with that. Does that sound like something?
It sounds like something. I heard 60 to 70% of it.
Yes.
We'll let you go.
It's a theory, but because I'm trying to think, like, what is it about? Because guys with like higher timbres to their voice, I think tend to be on the radio a little bit more. And then you got your Luther Vandrosses and people like that. But that's more R&B. That's a little bit more.
Right.
That's a different genre.
But he has that sensitive, soulful timbre mixed in with his delivery that I can see.
Well, Luther Vandross actually has a higher thing, but more of who am I thinking of? Just like the R&B singers tend to have a little bit more of a guttural, not guttural, but just a lower thing, which obviously is appealing as well.
Like a body resonance to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I am paying attention to the chat. Let me address 3 things if I can.
Not me though.
Not our viewers, our audience, our Thronleys are also important, Johnny. All right, 4 things. Number 1, we are stuttering because I am in the castle, as you can see, in the swamp, and our Wi-Fi sucks. That is number 1. Number 2. We will be listening to an additional song from Sofronio with GiGi, since GiGi is also being featured today. That's going to be one of our bonus videos. Number 3. What was number 3? Oh, wait, what was number 3? Who cares? Number 4, more importantly, I see there's lots of a little controversy going on with, I see a lot of comments saying that Crying was really the one that they wanted. I don't know if that's the case, so I'm going to give you all a second chance. Here is, never done before, a second poll. It is now between A Million Dreams that won the first round against Crying, which I'm seeing a lot of comments for. So you choose. And whichever loses, remember, we come back to artists and we review more songs in time. So I'll let you guys take that on and see what happens. In the meantime, we have Felip. Oh, I love that song too. All right. So we've only heard one original song from Felip, and it was months ago when we did an SB19 special where we did one song from each of the boys plus some other ones. So this is Fake Faces, pretty popular on his channel. And this was 8 months ago, so it's earlier this year. Let's check it out. Exactly, we're doing a recount. And it's looking like the recount might have been justified based on the 78% voting for Crying. So I don't know what happened the first time. Johnny mentioned A Million Dreams and everyone leaned in that direction. You are an influencer.
Yes. God. Never.
All right, I'm letting you guys choose. And now I know some of you will be upset when we're not watching A Million Dreams, but this is clearly the vote. It's 76% up against the 2. So we're going to go with that route. And A Million Dreams can always be watched in the future. Thank you guys for participating in that. And before we listen to the next song, sorry, this is usually what Brigitte does, which makes things go a little bit quicker. Johnny, if you don't mind, I believe you had a coffee come in. Let's thank that person while I set up the next poll.
Oh, did we? I didn't even see it. Yes, thank you to Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Our fair maiden, Chris.
Are you behaving, by the way?
Chris?
No, I shouldn't have said Brigitte is not here because I'm kind of opening the portal to chaos. Second song for...
I'm sure she's up to some sort of cheeky hijinks.
All right, so the poll for the second song for Felip is going to be Kanako was the music video. Moving Closer, Wish Bus, and Ache. I don't know what version of Ache offhand, but those are the three. And you guys can vote on that.
Just a fair picking type mood today. I don't know what it is. I am just a poor boy, for my story seldom told. What does that say?
Ooh,
I can't.
we got a new member.
Oh.
Someone from Philippines. Love to both of our favorite reactors. Oh, thank you. I didn't mean to be
Thank
that
you,
scary,
guys.
that close. It's kind of freaky. Hi. The screen's much smaller than what I'm used to. Thank you for joining us. All right, here we go. Let's see Felip outside of SB19. See what I want to answer a couple questions. One is, should we use transparency for this? I'm going to say no, because they allowed us to use Gento and some of the other pieces, the official video. Sometimes it gets blocked in a couple countries, which is a very small percent of our viewers. Hopefully it's not the case. The other thing, someone asked why this version instead of the Wish Bus. That's a good question. I don't know. I didn't set up the link itself. We have help for
I mean,
that.
this song is short enough. Maybe we could do it.
I mean,
I don't know.
maybe. It's kind of fun. But what I was going to say is, every once in a while, as much as we love live vocals, it's always generally our preference. We do like hearing the studio version too, because they're mixed differently. The mic is capturing them on like the fullest version of themselves. Sometimes things get overproduced, but I love that he's capturing just the full huskiness of his tone is clearly coming through, and that makes him incredibly identifiable. So whether that sound resonates with you as a listener or not, we've talked about this before, it's irrelevant in a sense, because there's going to be an audience that is going to be attracted to that. But the fact that it's so unique makes it marketable. It's like you recognize it immediately, which is super cool.
It's just so funny because he's the bass in SB19, and normally the bass sort of gets overlooked a little bit.
Right.
Just the nature of just being in the low end of the spectrum, and just kind of, you don't hear it as much. But he definitely has one of my favorite tones in that group. So I'm glad he's getting his due. Yeah, very identifiable, and I love him in this genre too. This is kind of doing, like the punk thing, sort of in the vein of Machine Gun Kelly. I like his voice better than Machine Gun Kelly's. I think it's.
I don't know.
I think it's more.
Sorry, don't mind that.
Just a little more slow. I mean, Machine Gun Kelly's got his thing. It's not necessarily my thing, but I like Ken's voice a lot in this.
Yeah, and I like that he's not just doing the low end too. He is allowing his. Well, he can. He's not. There's not four other voices he has to. I don't want to say compete with, but balance, right? So now he can just be fully featured, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going here.
Very cool.
Song's fun too. Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's just got such a cool tone.
Agreed. Live?
Let's do it.
You said it's a pretty short song. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My computer's about to die. Hold on.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So now I can play all the songs that I want. It's just us now, people. And a request out there. Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Okay, now it's plugged in.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life.
I'm back.
You were only gone so I could play this song.
And we will continue. His live delivery is great, which is, we see this all the time with the Filipino singers. When we, obviously it's not just Filipino singers, but we see it all the time with them, is what they do in the studio they can execute live. The tone is there, the timing, the feel, the flow. Just his consistency is great. Keep going.
Cause you made it, so tired of it all. And it goes back and forth, the same conversations. I'm so sick of the fake smiling faces. People want you just because you made tired of it all. Don't tell me it's wrong, cause it's not. I don't trust nobody up through these walls. They just wanna use me until I'm dried up. Fake face is gone.
Nice. Very nice.
An identifiable tone is so coveted in the industry. I mean, more than range, more than anything else. If you have an identifiable tone that's appealing, I mean, that helps. But sometimes even not. You know, in this case, it's an identifiable tone that is really likable. I love it a lot, and that's just, I mean, game over.
And on top of that, he has the identifiable tone, but also, I don't know who wrote that. I should have looked at that. Do you guys know offhand?
I was going to ask if Pablo was.
I'm wondering because we've seen he can write anything, and this steps outside of like the group setting song. I don't know if I don't have it right here. I'm trying to find the information.
I just feel like they're all helping each other out, like all the SB19,
which is amazing.
Kind of like, yeah. I feel like they're just always in each other's corner, no matter whether it's in a group setting or if it's
which I think
individual. Kind of like BTS, you know.
Exactly, because and I think it's incredibly healthy because it lets the individual's creative ego, for lack of a better word, just like soar and be cultivated and thrive.
Or just have an artistic
ego in a negative
too.
way, but just their own identity to have that, and then learn from that, and then bring it back into the setting, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean it's smart. I think it strengthens the group if each member can have their time to shine. It just draws more attention to them, and then it's like, oh, what else? And then seeing them in the group makes it even cooler.
So Felip wrote and produced that. Thank you for that information. That's awesome.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Fantastic. And again, he may not be able to do all of that in the setting of the group necessarily. So I love that. Okay, next up, we're moving on to GiGi. It looks like Ake won that last one. That was a close vote. We are going to check out Officially Missing You. This is our most requested song from GiGi. Pull this up.
What's the song? When I think of those eastern lights. Love that song.
It's beautiful.
Foggy nights, the curtains drawn in the little room downstairs. Elton John is the master of. Oh, sorry, I gave it away.
He's brilliant.
Of the inversion, the inversion chord. So, meaning changing the order of the chords, or the notes in the chord.
The notes within the chord. I was going to correct you on your misspoken music theory for the 4 bits of information I know. I knew that one. If you can jump on the coffee real quick,
yes.
let me set up the next song for GiGi.
Yes, thank you. Yes, as you mentioned, we have a new member. I don't know their name. Someone. And Jem Deg bought 5 coffees. Thank you so much. Said I set my alarm to watch you guys at 6 a.m. Awesome. I'm on vacation. I voted for Sofronio, so I'm super excited for your reactions. Crying is his best. And then
we are doing crying. Awesome.
Love Felip. Thank you for your 3 coffees as well.
Did you know that when you buy 5 coffees or more, you get a personal video from Johnny? I don't know if you all knew that.
Yes,
like
quite the prize. Quite the prize.
Do you ever just stare at him and just be like, you have like 30 seconds, I think, right? Maximum, so you just stare and be like, thanks. That'd be fun. Thanks.
Maximum. Yes.
All right,
you get to see me in all sorts of states.
I've seen Eddie on there too. Eddie makes a visit sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Foolish Heart, Only Hope, and I'm With You are our most requested second song options for GiGi. That poll is up. Oh, I miss, but I get to tell you,
Chris,
it's so nice when she's here.
Chris, you misspelled treat. Is that a treat?
Wait, what?
Is that a threat? She goes, is that a threat? A video message from Johnny. No, it's a treat. You misspelled. Treat.
I'm going to call up Johnny next week. Like, it's weird. No one's buying 5 coffees at all anymore. Four and under.
Yeah, this could be the
4
end
and
of
under
that.
only. Max at 4.
Right.
Excuse me. All right, here we go. GiGi Vibes.
Thanks, Latte.
I love this band. They're so good.
They are.
I hear his raindrops falling on the rooftop. Oh, baby, tell me why'd you have to go? 'Cause this pain I feel it won't go away. And today I'm officially missing you. I thought that from this heartache I could escape, but I fronted long enough to know there ain't no way. And today I'm officially missing you. Can't nobody do it like you.
Talk about a different
Nice.
vibe from Felip.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, baby, says stays on my mind, and I'm officially all I do is lay around. 2 years full of tears from looking at your face on the wall. Just a week ago, you
Good morning,
were
Zandra.
my baby. Now I don't even know you at all. I don't know you at all. Well, I wish that you would call me right now, so that I
She is one of the greats in the vocal dynamics in terms of like volume. She doesn't just stay on a monolithic
No.
decibel level at all. There's always this give and take. I think some of it is the phrasing, the timing too. You have a better ear for that than I do. But the volume, it's just where she raises and lowers keeps you constantly engaged. It's mostly just subconscious involvement. That's what keeps you there listening. Obviously, she's beautiful looking. She's beautiful sounding. It's a great band. You got all those elements too, but her delivery is just so. It's just waves. Like she just knows how to keep you just present. In every song she
she's
does.
connected.
Yes.
She's super connected with everything, and I think it's more unconscious of anything, but she's consciously engaged. But the stuff that's happening is just she's not
Right.
like necessarily planning it. She probably does some,
Maybe.
but she's just so in tune with what's happening. It just happens sort of automatically. And that's just she's got such a. And I'm again going back to I have something in my
Okay, they're
throat.
Have a sip of tea. While you're having a sip of tea, I'm going to answer this question. Inez is asking the anatomical naked man, aka Buddy, is not available today because I'm not at my home studio, so I don't have the hookups to make that happen. But we do need to bring him back.
Yes, but the soundtrack for Buddy is always available.
It's always available. Should we? I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to spill the beans. Next Friday, the first Friday of the new year.
I was going to say that too, but I wasn't sure. We wanted to, just in case something happened. But I
we're
think
putting the pressure on. I'm feeling good about it.
okay.
Our new Filipino Friday theme song is premiering next week. The song, the whole new video introduction, new branding for the whole podcast. We are so excited for it. Make sure you're here at the very beginning next Friday to check that out. But anyway.
That was super fun to write, super fun to record. I can't wait for you guys to hear
It's
that.
going to be awesome.
Going back to what I was saying, because once I make a point, I really like to hammer it home. So whether it's true or not, I will make it true. So again, she's kind of one of those ones where, that real likable sound, and she's a little, it's got a little bit lower of a timbre, kind of like a Karen Carpenter, who actually could sing higher, but all the hits that the Carpenters did, they were specifically written and put in keys that were in her lower register, because there was something appealing to the public about that. But yeah, she's so good at this soulful. She's good at everything. I mean, but I really love her and everything.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
in this soulful vibe, she kills it.
Yes. Someone just asked, Jerome asked why we haven't listened to Moria de la Torre, if I'm saying that name right. We actually have reacted to her. And
Moira?
Moira, that sounds better. We have reacted to her.
Moria's from Lord of the Rings.
Let me finish my sentence. We have reacted to her. She's in our podcast. If you go back, I want to say it might have been like June or July. I think it was in the summer. But we're going to circle back to her as well. All right, here we go. Let's continue. Merry Christmas to you too.
So that I could get through to you somehow. But I guess it's safe to say, baby, safe to say that I'm officially missing you.
Yeah. Very calm and dynamic. She's so dynamic.
From the way you would hold me to the sweet things you told me. 'Cause I just can't find a way to let go of you. I said every little thing you do, hey, baby, say stays on my mind, and I'm officially.
Just almost like jazz elements being brought in there too.
Yeah.
Just the speed line.
Oh, I can't nobody do it like you. I say every little thing you do, hey, baby, say stays on my mind, and I'm officially missing you. Baby, say stays on my mind, and I'm officially, it's official. You know that I miss you, yeah. 'Cause all I hear is raindrops, oh yeah. And I'm officially missing you.
got like this, I want to call it like crooning scat technique. Is that a term?
It is now. It sure is now.
I mean, it's not like the just the straight up like jazz scat kind of thing, but it's like she just connects things in a way that just gives it like almost a crooning delivery, just anticipating the beats and the way she glissandos into parts. She's just so good at it.
Yeah, and that reminds me of what I was going to talk about, which, you know, I talk about her there's a naturalness to her tone, which in my heart of hearts, that's probably always going to be my favorite type of singing style. I like older school stuff.
Sure.
I love, you know, some of the acrobatics that we hear all the time, you know, especially on Fridays, are so impressive. I love them. I mean, they're just jaw-dropping. For what I listen to, like, personally, you know, I like music from the 70s, 60s, or that wasn't as prominent, you know, the riff monsters.
Right.
And she reminds me of that throwback, that voice, where it's like, there's just a natural authenticity to it. Having said that, it's easy to overlook how skillful she is because she is doing those runs, but they, you know, they're so, like somebody said, she's so smooth, and sometimes they go unnoticed because they are so smooth. But her skill set is really amazing, and she does do those acrobatic stuff. It's just her tone, just for me, it just overrides everything. Where it's just,
yes,
that's what I focus on because it's just so appealing to me.
I agree, because she doesn't need those little acrobatic moments to still sell the song. I mean, it enhances it, but it's not needed in that aspect.
And again, that's not a knock on the acrobatic people, which are just like the Katrinas out there, where I'm just like, what is? That's not even human. It's so amazing, and
I know
she's one of my favorites as well.
It's wild.
I mean, I love her tone as well. I just love them all. I love them all. I can't.
Just love them all. That's why we have Filipino Fridays, because we needed to dedicate, well, we'll probably dedicate a week. So I adjust my light. Okay, so moving forward, we are back to Sofronio Vasquez. This is his spectacular talent of crying in the voice playoffs. The transparency is on for obvious reasons. If you're new to YouTube, we have to. If you're not new to YouTube, you're used to it. And Johnny, I believe we have a few messages from our coffee buyers.
Just get to that. Thank you to Benny Lindo for your 5 coffee. My wife ignores me on Friday morning because of you guys.
Sorry about that.
You're welcome. I don't know how to. You have no idea. Okay, and then Deb. K1K2 Voyer.
Oh, Deb, yeah.
Deb bought 3 coffees. Have
you.
no idea how that other thing went through. Never seen that $2 thing before. Oops. I don't know what that was. That a super chat?
I don't know. Oh, there was it. Oh, wait, there are super chats. I'm so sorry. Mitz Sauer, thank you so much, and Sarah MJ, thank you for your super stickers. Greatly appreciate that. All right.
Yes, thank you guys.
And someone asked why I don't have the chat right here. It is because I'm on my mobile setup. I'm not. I'll be back home in Florida next week, so we'll have all of the hookups, and hopefully Johnny will be less stuttery in that time as well. So we're dealing with a little low Wi-Fi. All right, let's jump into this. And to answer your question, yes, we are going to watch the song that is with GiGi and Sofronio as a bonus video as well. Here we go.
I was just thinking to myself.
You're supposed to be listening, not thinking to yourself.
I know, but I had a thought that popped in. So,
sure.
You know, so knowing that Christmas starts very early in the Philippines, what is it like when it's over? Is it just a major letdown? That's a 6-month buildup.
Right. What do you do in the other 6 months?
Yeah, that's got to be just
6-month recovery program.
The rug being pulled underneath you. I mean, got to be some sort of hangover.
I was alright for a while. I could smile.
For new artist suggestions, please leave them in the comments after the live stream. That's where we look.
When I
Thank
saw
you.
you last night, you held my hands all tight. Then you stopped to say hello. And though you wish me well, you couldn't tell that I've been crying over you. I'm crying over you. And then you said so long, left me standing all alone. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before. But darling, what can I do? I'm crying over you. I'm crying over you. And now you're gone.
Snoop?
And from this moment on and
Heck yeah.
Ah, I mean, oh, what a delivery!
He is great.
Do you know this song? I've never heard the song before.
Oh yeah, that's a Roy Orbison, right? Is that a Roy Orbison song?
I've heard of Roy. Oh, okay. Yeah, he made it more of his own too. When you sing it, sometimes it jumps in to my memory a little bit more. Wow. Again, talking about, I mean, we're just talking about GiGi's dynamics. Sofronio's in the huge lifts, and when he went on to those bigger moments, the chest voice, upper end of I would say the upper end of the baritone range, his tone was fully intact. I don't mean just that he was in chest register, but just the echo within his vocal tract. There's that ring, that power, the fullness, the warmth, the body of the sound was present. It wasn't sacrificed just because it was a higher note. There's nothing whiny or yelly about it whatsoever. Just a
not
great
at all.
balance. Powerful singer.
Yeah, I feel like when he goes up in that register, that's when some of the Bruno Mars qualities come in, which can't go wrong with that. He has his own thing, but if you can hearken some little Bruno, that's always a good thing. What's that?
I heard the word harken in Bruno, but other than that, I completely lost you. What about Bruno's harking?
Oh, hearken. I don't know if hearken was the best word for that. Sometimes I just don't know what I'm going to say, and words just pop out. No, I mean, for a second, let's just give a shout out to Bruno, who's one of the greats. I mean, he's fantastic. He's Filipino too, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is.
Yes. Well, he can sing, so obviously. No, I mean he's amazing, and yeah, what a great performance. And yeah, those high notes that A4 at the end, not necessary, but man, in the context of a vocal show, if you have that in your bag of tricks, I mean that's pretty key.
Yeah, you got that 2.5 minute window to basically just deliver the song in its fullest version, which is really tough to do because it's like lacking sections of the song very often, and to make it flow and have the full impact takes a lot of orchestration and arrangement to execute that.
Yeah, Bruno's half Filipino. Okay.
Half Filipino. Okay.
Half Pinoy. Yep.
So moving forward to Felip, we're going to check out Ache. Do I have the lyric video? Is that what you guys are looking for? I believe I saw someone in the chat suggest that. By the way, we are coming back to Sofronio. We're going to watch, I guess there's a song with him and GiGi. I need to look that up. Oh, I already have
Yes,
a link
and while
for
you're
it. If I ain't got
doing that,
okay.
thank you to Francesca. I was hoping to multitask, but I just learned I cannot knit and type in the chat at the same time. Thanks for another day of awesome music / musicians.
Thank you for your
welcome,
support, Francesca, as always.
the other day I was wrapping presents and trying to watch a football game, and also drinking an alcoholic beverage on the carpet. I was sitting down, and so I knocked the drink over, reaching for the wrapping paper, and then so Christy got me another one, and then 5 minutes later I knocked it over again. Not that I was belligerent. I can't multitask.
It's just too much.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Ache from Seven Sins, I think is the name of the album, is it not? I believe it is. All right, here we go. Lyric video, that's what you guys are going for. All right, cool.
Summertime.
Interesting intro.
Moonlight, get me in the dark, the blue sky. Call me like the blue sky. So words not enough, but don't die. It ain't sharp enough like that knife.
You know, I just realized that overtone quality that he has, I wouldn't label it as polyphonic, but there's a quality that's similar to Diana Ankudinova with that low.
Yeah.
There's a frequency that's highlighted in his low range. That's one of the things that makes it so unique. I just made that connection now. She has that as well. It just really cuts through. It's so
Yeah, it reminds me
identifiable.
of. You probably don't know this band. It's a heavy rock band called Sleep Token. They're kind of like they've been the rage for the last couple of years. Do you know that band?
You're asking me if I'm familiar with a heavy rock band?
This is a newer rock band. Not a rock band from 1987. Yes.
Okay, the odds are if it's a rock or metal band, I have a much better chance of being familiar than you. But go on.
Okay. So Sleep Token, you know
Yes.
you know them?
Yes.
So the singer, I think there's a similar timbre with that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of interesting textures there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Call me like the blue sky. So words not enough, but don't die. It ain't sharp enough like that knife. Nobody can take my light. I pray that you won't leave my side. No words could explain how much I hate no more. Everything I undertake no more. I paint, I bleed, I suffocate no more. But that begin if you would break no more. Always dream high. If I fall, then that's fine. Stand up, my head high. I refuse to die. 'Cause I know in time all my efforts won't lie. Everything will be alright. All my wounds will find light. No words could explain how much I ache.
Oh man, he's singing his heart out.
He's great.
No words could explain how much I ache.
pause it. I want to, because I was thinking the same thing as Francesca asked, is that a voice or is that a vocal effect? So it's his voice, but there are definitely some vocal effects added on to this, just some layers. And I'm not sure which part exactly you're referring to.
I feel like the lower stuff, he's putting sort of a, I don't even, like some sort of effect, even if it's a slow motion effect or something.
Yeah, there's something that's darkening it just a little bit, but it's still very much the essence is his tone throughout that, which we hear on the Wish Bus and other performances. So it's definitely him, and then they're just making some cool artistic choices because you can in the studio. That's part of why we occasionally like to stop in and listen to the studio version, because that's a different means for the artist to express themselves. They can explore and experiment in ways that they can't just do on stage. So this is cool to hear his creativity here. I love the simplicity of the music. This is something I hear, like One Republic does this really well too. Well, they'll have like just a piano and like a cool choir or some synth sounds or things like that. This doesn't even have like a rhythm underneath it percussively, but just the spectrum of sound that he's using for this song, and with that angst that he has, the conviction in his tone when he's delivering these lines, is just such a cool dynamic taking place.
Yeah, he's got such an expressive voice, and it's got to be again. Did he write this one as well? Did he write all the songs? If you guys know out there, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, please.
But as a songwriter, just having a voice like that, and if it's your own voice, even better. To take a relatively simple song and just take it to different places with the expressiveness of your tone. I mean, it's such a the palette that he has to use is pretty awesome. Yeah, what a hidden gem in that band. I mean, when you're in the element that's always going to be hidden for all the members, because you're trying to work together and there's compromise, and you can't all be featured at the same time. So, but especially, like I said, like as the bass voice, you tend to get overlooked a little bit more. I'm so glad he's getting his platform, because he's great. I mean, if I knew nothing about him, I'd be like, that's an artist that I would want to work with, because he's just he's got so much in his voice that he can do.
But we've said that with Stel. We've said that with Pablo. Again, it's just showing. It's just showing, the true artistry within each of them, and then to come together to create something that, coexists that wouldn't otherwise, which is great when artists can do that.
Yeah.
So, and not a lot of bands can.
And I feel like that's a more of a modern thing, which I think is a great that modern groups going solo now doesn't necessarily mean the end of the group. I feel like back in the '80s when a Peter Gabriel on solo, or Peter Cetera, or another Peter, or just like the standout singers of the group, when they decided to go solo, that sort of signified the end of the band, because it's like, well, okay, I'm a success without you. I don't need you guys anymore. So there's definitely more ego happening back in those days, and I think it's really cool that some of these groups. Every member of BTS, I think every member of SB19. They're all doing their own thing. They all their showcase moments. But it all helps the whole of the group, I feel, and they're keeping that in mind. So that's definitely a nice evolution.
You guys are saying that there is some, again, not to dismiss you completely, but I'm seeing several comments in the chat regarding there's a buzzing going on. Is that still going? I don't know if it was just my headphones. Again, I'm in a remote setup, so
yeah, trying to find the key to.
Are you hearing
it's in the middle
too?
Yeah.
Hold on.
But it's driving me crazy, because it's there we go.
I'm like plugging it.
You did something.
Is that better?
No.
Oh, shit.
It made it worse for a second. I was like, oh, maybe that'll make it better, but
it's because I unplugged myself. All right, so that's where it's coming from. It's definitely me. 1 second.
Yeah, it's better
I
now.
can't hear anything. Oh, there we go.
Hold on. All right, is it still there? Is it better?
Yeah, it's lower.
Okay. All right, so I got rid of the extension. All right, sorry guys. I still want to hear So I'm going to have to keep it rolling a little bit. It is better, though?
A little bit. Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's continue with this.
Okay.
Oh. Thanks for joining us, Jolene.
Jolene.
Great song. What a soundscapes. Yes, you can hear him singing through the tears, that lock of the larynx.
I can hear that Francesca.
What a cool piece of music.
Yeah, that's really powerful.
Very
I love I love
effective. Go ahead, sir.
the recording of it. You could hear the studio sound. You know, it just has that very live. You know, it's the gang vocals as we call them. It's sometimes it helps when you're recording them you have the mic farther away, so it picks up that natural room
Ambiance.
echo, that reverb. But also in his voice too, just very natural sounding. It's just, yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Very excited that you guys pushed for that song because it definitely makes me want to hear more from that album. And we have more pieces to go back to for Pablo as well. So it's just like the list continues, but the artistry there is just awesome. So we'll continue to cycle these songs like this in here.
Da, da, da,
Okay,
da, da.
moving forward, we are on to Foolish Heart from Steve Perry.
Oh, Foolish Heart.
Yes, song you guys voted for. All right, let's check it out. Hopefully the buzzing is better. Sorry again about that. I can't control the EQ or anything in my remote setup.
I need a love that grows. I don't want it unless I know. But with each passing hour, someone
it's funny, this channel, because I think of other songs and other artists that we've reacted to, but definitely Filipino Fridays. I don't know if it's just my age, or it's just the delivery from new singers or whatever. But because Steve Perry is fantastic, but like I'm appreciating these songs that I just never listened to growing up. I just didn't listen to radio. I was in my bubble. It was just, metal drummer, and I had my very specific likes that I would just obsess over, and this stuff was all around me, but I just never gave it a chance for whatever reason. So, I mean, this is another song where it's not my thing, but it's like, but I get it. You know what I mean? It's just like the vibe, the story mixed in with it. Great top line, and she sounds wonderful. So I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't know.
Yeah, no, just great written songs, and then just an amazing vocal performances over that. Not to say that doesn't exist anymore. It's just, to me, the writing isn't as sophisticated as it used to be. When I look at that chord progression of that chorus, da 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 da, like even that little move there, essentially what the chord is doing is going from the E, F sharp to B, but it's that little inversion that kind of gives that little inverting that F sharp chord to the B. It does it twice, then it goes to. I mean, just going to that. I don't know. It's just such a. There's so many colors that were
100%. Yeah.
What does that say?
No, Joey's just pointing out that I'm benefiting from the channel too. I mean, I am. It's just like I'm on a complete, musical journey in so many different genres and styles. I just never paid attention to before. It's wild.
I mean, I've been in cover bands for the past 20 years, so I've played a lot of songs. So that's sort of how I know so many of these songs. But I can pick them up as well. But you start to, when you play so many, you start to just kind of get a sense of what's the threads between them and what kind of separates certain songs from other ones. And so I've always known like the 80s, 90s was a great time. And before 70s, 60s. Right. But hearing these versions of them, kind of like you, it just kind of reawakens an appreciation in me as well, because some of these versions that they do are so interesting.
Stephanie asked if I was ever an emo era Richard. Was I? I don't.
No,
what
not
makes
so much emo.
I don't think so. No.
Emo is. It's hard to say. I think it's vocal delivery. Kind of a punky.
Yeah, punk I never got
backdrop.
into. Not even like Green Day, where it came even more like the pop crossover, but even going further back, like the Sex Pistols, things like that. Just was never my thing.
Sex Pistols, yeah. I don't know what makes emo. I think it's the vocal delivery and the hairstyle.
It's definitely the hairstyle. I was thinking the black,
yeah, I think
the hair.
Emo, emotional thing. Emo is going to make a comeback.
I was definitely emotional.
Yes, different emotion. Yeah, but yes.
All right, let's keep going here. Going. Woo. so much space in those songs too to just explore musically. You know what I mean? Just like the guitar solos, the drum fills, things like that. There's permission to play there, and I think I love that too.
They are great, and they have such a huge repertoire too. It's just endless, and they can do every style. You know, to hear her go from the first song we heard, which is a little bit more that 70s soul, to this one, to, I mean, she can do Paramore, she can do hard rock stuff. She's awesome, and they're just, as a collective unit, unstoppable.
Yeah, incredible group. And I really like, I don't remember the name of the original, was it the guitarist? I want to say his name's John. I could be totally off. But Onyas, the new guy, I love his vocals too. We should go back and listen to more of his singing too. He's super versatile.
Foolish heart.
Thinking this looks like some sort of TV something, and we're going to go with the Transparency. If I Ain't Got You, a great song. And this is with Sofronio
was
and
that,
GiGi. Yeah.
Is that song?
No, that's
Okay.
So the album of songs in A minor. That one was, what is that song?
A minor, the saddest of all keys.
The saddest of all keys. You guys are going to say it in the chat before I can think of it. It's not. If I Ain't Got You was her second big hit. The first one was, I think, even
if
better.
I ain't got you.
What was it?
If I ain't got you.
Oh, yes.
How's the rest of it go?
Say.
I wish there was a way that we could figure out how the rest of it goes.
I don't know. What's the name of the song? Yeah, we'll just play this one. I'm waiting for it in the chat. You guys are gonna pull it in.
Well, now
I'm
I
like
don't.
stuck.
I want to figure it out.
Do you have any coffees? I'm stalling. Do you have any coffees to thank? Thank them all again, because they're amazing.
Let me see.
Also,
still Francesca.
if you haven't purchased any coffees or just don't want to, but if you're enjoying the show, please hit like. And did it come in?
That's this one.
You froze again.
Well,
anyway,
oh,
we should probably move on.
so I'm sure everybody
Could not
feels
think
much
of it.
better about the fact that we figured that out on our own.
Yes.
And now we can continue the song.
Yes. And I'm sure what we're about to hear isn't as good as what we just offered, but it's fine.
Since I don't. Yeah, what did I have? Since I don't have you. From Greece.
Yeah.
Huh. That's right.
Yeah, you're right. I was singing her other song.
Some people live for the fortune.
That's great.
You're saying this was unrehearsed?
For the fame. Some people live for the power. Yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Yeah. Some people think that the physical things define what's within. I've been there before, but that life's so bored, so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby.
Pull it back.
If I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing. But if I ain't got you with me, baby. So
She's making so many cool choices. Again, we're going back to before. If you cover another female artist song and you're female, you need to make these little signature moves so you're not like like I'm not thinking of Alicia's version, even though it's in my mind. So like those moments are jumping out, like, ooh, that was different, that was cool. So I'm engaged with what she's doing rather than just mimicking what was there before. And I was thinking of another, I don't know what song I was thinking of, but you're correct all along with this piece. And this is her first.
I think it's helpful to just remember that irrefutable fact that I'm correct.
Let me back it up a little bit. Sofronio's coming in with his verse.
Some people search for a fountain.
Some people search.
Promises forever young.
And the promise is forever
sweet.
young, baby.
Some people need the dozen roses. A 30 on the
That's
red
all we
road.
think.
No, 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 no.
And the world on a silver platter. And what good would it be? No one shares, no one who truly cares for me. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings and sunsets, want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people
I love
it
her.
all. If it ain't you, baby, oh, if I ain't got you, with me, some people want diamond rings and sunsets, want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got
Oh, he's awesome.
If I ain't got you with me.
Whole world don't mean nothing.
If I ain't got you with me, if I ain't got you with me, if I ain't got you with me, baby.
Oh, baby.
'Cause if I ain't got you with me, baby. Ganyan na.
Hindi ko kaya taas.
Pag ganun siya. And if I ain't got you with me, baby.
God,
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
GiGi De Lana.
Sofronio!
Salamat.
again, I feel like sometimes, you know, and don't do it on purpose, but sometimes she gets overlooked as far as like being an acrobatist, like, you know, like the Katrinas and the Mauries and Regines. She can do that. She really can do that stuff. Like, she's so unbelievably skilled. And I think personally, I just forget that because like a Karen Carpenter, it's like you're just so immersed in the tone that you don't really see all the other stuff. But she's got skill, and she's got those show-stopping moments.
she does.
That, I mean, she can freaking rip it. And he's great too.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. So you guys are saying this was impromptu, but they've known each other for years. They've done competitions together. I'm just kind of glancing over the chat as it's coming. So they're like good friends, and so they you know, they're obviously their camaraderie and level of comfort on stage is great. But they are musicians.
Yeah.
Whether they play another instrument or not, like, you know, we always talk about the voice as an instrument, but their musicality, their sense of, I don't know how much of it is if they know music theory versus just their innate responsiveness to it, but their
I don't know,
song
because-
choices and the way they gave each other space to do their thing. Part of that comes from practice if you know another singer well, but a lot of it is just they just know the scales and the chords well. They can anticipate everything beautifully.
Yeah, no, the no choices, like you said, just they're some of those moments, and they're so easy to gloss over. But if you break them down, they are not just your obvious choices.
They're advanced.
Yeah, they're definitely advanced. They're very sophisticated. They sounded great together. Yeah, great way to end it. Great way to end the show.
That is all for today. We're so grateful all of you are here with us. We hope you had a good time. Next week for the new year.
Oh, real quick, can I thank a coffee buyer real quick before we
absolutely
do this?
can. Please do.
Okay, thank you. To Judy, I want another treat from Johnny, not a threat.
Not a threat.
Actually, that would be interesting. What if I started doing threats? It's like, thank you for the 5 coffees, but
if
you don't
send
give us
them
6
again.
next time. You don't give us 6 next time. You're getting enough to sandwich. Yeah, I think that's a new element that
We'll try to infuse that. Oh my goodness. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Next week for the new year, we have our brand new theme song. Make sure you are here at the top of the hour, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can hear it with the new video. And we are reacting to Morissette Amand. We got to start the year off with a hit of Morifine. We're also checking Adi, Adie, I don't know how to say the name, a new artist we haven't heard yet. And another most requested is Gerfil Flores. You guys are going to have to help me out with the pronunciation as usual. But we hope you have an amazing day, complete your happy holiday and New Year's. Bye for now, everyone. We love you. Bye.
So long.